This is Larry, and I'm back again. And today, what I'd like to talk about is calendar spreads. Calendar spreads make sense when you feel that the underlying is not going to be very volatile for a short period of time. And how you implement a calendar spread is what you're going to do is you're going to buy a call option with a certain expiration. In this case, we're talking about call options, but you can implement it also with puts. But in this case, again, call options. So you buy a call option with a certain expiration date. Then you're going to sell a nearer term call option. That's an option with an earlier expiration date. And the idea here is that you take advantage of something called time decay. And time decay is basically what an option does is it loses money. It goes down in value, again, to put it another way. It goes down in value as it gets nearer to expiration. And options that are close to expiration start losing more and more value. Near-term options have a larger time decay than the longer-term ones that are not just about to expire. So the idea here is that if ideally the underlying is not volatile, it stays the same, you take advantage of that time decay because you have sold the nearer term option, which is going to go down in price more, and then you have somewhat of a hedge out farther, which is a longer term option that, yes, it's going to have some time decay, but it is not going to have as much time decay. So if I can show you really quickly, ideally, what the graph of this looks like, is that you can see it kind of looks like a short straddle here, and it's when there isn't a lot of movement, you end up making money. So an example here that I brought up is we're going to look at if the underlying price here is 50. We're going to say that the volatility is 20 in the interest rate. Now we're going to buy call options. And we'll have the premium price here of 1. And they have the same strike. Then we're going to sell nearer term ones. And if we calculate this, we can see that if you stay at 50, this is going to be profitable. This line is right when the nearer term ones expire, so that's kind of, that's the amount that you paid right there. That's your premium you've paid. So, but you can see, here ideally we'd exit out of our position and we'd make a profit. You can see, the chart looks for that. Now, what I'd like to do is look at an actual mock-up example of this, and we're going to go to look at the S&P 500 ETF, which is the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. Is the underlying symbols SPY, and we're going to see how this plays out for that particular option contract. So it's no shares. Let's see, the S&P 500 SPDR ETFs close at 210. So let's sell, because we're going to sell a near-term option. With as close to at the money as we can get, 210. Price. Let's buy going about a month out. Same strike. There's no options available for that. So okay. If we look, when there's no volatility, we see that we make a profit. So if the price would stay the same at 210.50, you can see in between there, we would make a profit as you come into expiration. And if you look at the graph and how this looks, you can see that there's the profit right there. You can see that we have a cash outlay of $140. And one last thing I'd like to call your attention to is this concept again of time decay. And how we measure it is what is called theta. And if you look, the nearer term option has a higher theta than the farther term option. So that indicates that there's going to be more time decay for the near term option. So that's pretty much it as far as the basics of implementing a calendar spread. And again, as I pointed out, you can implement it with puts too.